Welcome to Everyday English Podcast, a beginner-friendly podcast for improving English skills with simple English. Today, we're diving into a really interesting topic.
That's right. We're going to talk about how words can really affect people. You know, the way we speak can change someone's day.
Exactly. Words can shape attitudes, behaviors, and even overall well-being. It's amazing how something so simple can have such a big impact.
Yeah. And when we use positive language, it can create a really uplifting environment. This can lead to better relationships and even improve mental health.
Oh, absolutely. For example, think about a compliment. Just saying something nice can brighten someone's mood.
Right. And on the flip side, negative language can do the opposite. It can bring people down and create tension.
Definitely. So, being mindful of our words is really important. It's not just about what we say, but how it makes others feel.
Exactly. And when we choose our words carefully, we can really make a difference in our interactions.
It's all about creating a positive atmosphere, isn't it?
Yes. And that can lead to stronger connections with others. It's powerful stuff.
For sure. So, let's explore how we can use this knowledge to communicate better.
Great idea. There's so much we can discuss about the power of language.
You know, it's fascinating how our words can influence us on a subconscious level.
Yeah. I mean, the language we use shapes our thoughts and feelings without us even realizing it.
Exactly. This idea is rooted in cognitive psychology, right? It's all about how our mind processes language.
Right. And with NLP, or neuro-linguistic programming, we see how our language can affect our behavior too.
Oh, definitely. For instance, if we constantly use negative language, it can lead to negative feelings. It's like a cycle.
Yeah, and the opposite is true as well. Using positive language can boost our mood and motivation.
So, when we say things like "I can do this," it can really change our mindset.
Exactly. It's like programming our brain for success. When we use empowering language, we start to believe it.
And that belief can drive our actions. It's amazing how just changing a few words can make such a difference.
Totally. It's all about being aware of what we say, even to ourselves.
Yes. Self-talk is so important. If we're constantly putting ourselves down, we're likely to feel down.
Right. But if we shift that to encouragement, we can really uplift ourselves.
So, how can we start being more mindful of our language?
One way is to practice positive affirmations. Just saying them out loud can reinforce a positive mindset.
That's a great point. And keeping a journal of our thoughts can help us notice negative patterns.
Absolutely. Once we identify those patterns, we can work on changing them.
It's all about creating that awareness, isn't it?
Yes. And the more we practice, the easier it gets to choose our words wisely.
So true. It's a journey, but a really rewarding one.
Exactly. And every small step counts.
Let's dive deeper into how a single word or phrase can really change a situation. Can you think of a specific example?
Oh, definitely. Imagine someone is feeling down, and you say, "You're doing your best." That simple phrase can really lift their spirits.
Right. And what about the opposite? If someone is struggling and you say, "You should have known better," that can really hurt.
Exactly. It's amazing how just a few words can shift someone's mood from positive to negative or vice versa.
So true. And it's not just about what we say, but also how we say it. The tone can make a huge difference.
Yes. A warm tone can make a compliment feel genuine, while a flat tone can make it seem insincere.
That's a great point. So, what are some practical tools we can use to communicate more effectively?
One technique is to practice active listening. It shows the other person that you value their thoughts.
Oh, I love that. Active listening really helps build trust and connection.
Absolutely. And using I statements can also be powerful. Instead of saying, "You never listen," you could say, "I feel unheard when I share my thoughts."
That's a great strategy. It focuses on your feelings rather than blaming the other person.
Exactly. And it opens the door for a more constructive conversation.
What about nonverbal communication? That plays a big role too, doesn't it?
Yes. Body language, eye contact, and even facial expressions can enhance or undermine our words.
For sure. A smile can make a huge difference, especially when delivering feedback.
And being mindful of our body language can help us appear more approachable and open.
So, it's all about creating a positive environment through our words and actions.
Exactly. And the more we practice these tools, the better we become at communicating.
It's a journey, but every step counts.
Definitely. And remember, even small changes can lead to big improvements in our interactions.
Let's talk about the role of vocabulary in shaping our thoughts. It's fascinating how the words we know can really influence how we think.
Absolutely. Expanding our vocabulary can open up new ways of understanding the world around us. The more words we have, the more nuanced our thoughts can be.
Right. It's like having a bigger toolbox. With more tools, we can build more complex ideas.
Yeah. And when we learn new words, we can express ourselves better. It helps us communicate our feelings and thoughts more clearly.
Exactly. For instance, if someone learns the word frustrated instead of just saying mad, it gives a clearer picture of their feelings.
Oh, that's a great example. It shows how specific vocabulary can change the way we perceive emotions.
And that understanding can lead to better conversations, right? When we articulate our thoughts well, it helps others connect with us.
Definitely. And it can also shift our mindset. Knowing more words can make us feel more confident in expressing ourselves.
Speaking of shifting, how can we shift conversations from negative to positive?
One effective tip is to rephrase negative statements into positive ones. For example, instead of saying, "I can't do this," we can say, "I will try my best."
Oh, I love that. It's all about focusing on the effort rather than the limitation.
Exactly. Another tip is to ask open-ended questions. This encourages more positive dialogue. Instead of saying, "Why did this happen?" we could ask, "What can we learn from this?"
That's a fantastic approach. It directs the conversation towards growth and solutions.
Yes. And using affirmations can also help. Phrases like "I believe things will get better" can uplift the mood.
So true. It's amazing how a simple change in wording can create a different atmosphere.
Absolutely. And when we practice these techniques, it becomes easier to maintain a positive tone in conversations.
Yes. It's all about creating habits. The more we do it, the more natural it feels.
Exactly. And remember, even small shifts in language can lead to big changes in how we feel and interact with others.
That's a great takeaway. Expanding our vocabulary and being mindful of our words can really transform our conversations.
Definitely. And it's a journey worth taking.
You know, as we wrap up our discussion, it's really clear that every word we choose carries weight.
Absolutely. It's like we're painting a picture with our language, right? Each word adds a stroke to the canvas of our communication.
Exactly. And those strokes can really change the overall image. A kind word can brighten someone's day, while a harsh word can leave a lasting mark.
Yeah. It's so important to remember that we have the power to influence others with our words.
And that power comes with responsibility. We should be mindful of how we express ourselves.
Definitely. It's about making conscious choices in our language. Every single word is a choice.
Right. And when we choose wisely, we can create a more positive environment for ourselves and those around us.
Exactly. So, let's encourage everyone to think about their words and the impact they have.
Yes. Remember, every word is a powerful choice. Let's use that power to uplift and inspire.
Well said. Thank you all for joining us today. We hope you feel empowered to choose your words carefully.
Absolutely. Until next time, take care and keep spreading positivity with your words.
Goodbye everyone. We'll see you next time.